various market trends you guys have noticed in this data landscape? Like, what is something which stands out for you? Sindh, would you like to start on that first?
Sure. So I was actually tasked to kind of present the kind of what the latest data landscape was at my company, Purpose Financial, just back in February. So one of the biggest things that stuck out was the growth in data, the explosion of data. I think a study back in 2020, so you guys probably look this up, is that 1.7 megs of data is created per person per second. That's insane. So I did the math and it's like, hey, your $1,000 128 megabyte iPhone will fill up in less than 24 hours. So that's how much data is being generated per individual. And with that extends to how much growth we are seeing at Purpose Financial, how much data we're capturing, right? What we purchased 3 years ago on-prem is definitely not what we can size up going into the future. So I see data exploding, and now that it's more valuable, any company that is not trying to spend and investing data is going to be left behind, right? I think a lot of companies are seeing that now, or in recency, a few years ago, and really spending that money on that type of discipline. In the past, it used to be, hey, here's a side team to just build out your data platform. And now it's really, look, you need data ops engineers, you need actually data quality analysts. You're not trying to convert business users into data people or IT people and data people. You're making data people, right? Data scientists, data engineers. I mean, for me, the data scientist kind of role has really put itself in the forefront over the last 3 years, right? Before that, you would probably call someone I don't know. I tell people when they say, hey, bring in a DBA. And today, if they say something about a data person, I'm like, you're dating yourself. You're calling everyone a DBA, right? Paul laughs. You hear that from time to time. And now people are starting to be more cognizant of what that actually means, what the different disciplines are, right? So I believe that investment is going to grow, and that kind of focus from an executive level getting pushed down, right? When we first adopted data governance to kind of modernize our environments, we had 3 pillars of importance, right? Data governance was key because all this data we talked about coming in doesn't mean that, hey, it's magically going to be useful. Then modernizing our environments and actually turning those into insights, building out business intelligence and eventually self-service, right? Data literacy is going to be very important. How do we create that data literacy? You can't just throw data at a person saying, hey, have at it, figure it out. People are going to have to know how to build and tell stories with data. That's not just a technology thing. That's a culture change. How does that happen? Tools like Ovaledge, Snowflake is just a piece of that. How do we build out that culture at our company? And that's a general shift that's happening here at Purpose Financial. So it's exciting, things like that. From a technical side, like I touched on it, those developers, IT developers or business analysts, they're specific disciplines for data. That's going to grow. And really, as it matures over the next few years, those approaches to mining that insurmountable, ever increasing amount of data is going to get more sophisticated, right? You started talking about AI. Well, actually, AI was a thing decades ago. Now it's starting to shift out to like, hey, it's actually machine learning AI, right? How do you keep on iterating as quickly as you can, learning, failing fast, right? Those things are going to be able to help us there. And really, to drive value, I told our CEO a couple months ago, how do you drive innovation? You decrease the cost of failure. That's how the cloud can help us there. And ultimately, that general shift in data is going to be very important and important at a company, right? So I say that to everybody on the webinar or listening in. If your company is not investing in data, maybe that company is not for you.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest trends I see in the marketplace, and Sin, you talked about it, is all the different workloads that are now being supported on the same data. So I've got all of this data. I've got a lot of data coming in from different places. And now it's not just my business analysts that are able to get to this data set. And then I have to go make a copy and scrub that data and send it over to the data scientists or the people doing machine learning on that data. They're all able to hit the same data.